Hi friends. So I wanted to talk to you guys today about conscious consumerism. So you may or may not have heard this term before, but it's the idea that we can become more conscious or aware of the products that we are buying and from what type of company they are from. And so this is really important. I'm going to be going through, first of all, why this is challenging, why this matters, and some different solutions. And then I'm going to kind of summarize things. So first of all, am I perfect at this? Hell to the no. However, I do believe this is a really important topic to be bringing up. So first of all, let's go over why this might be challenging. So the first idea is greenwashing. This is another term that you may or may not have heard of. So greenwashing is the whole idea where a company makes a product look more environmentally friendly than they actually are. So a good example of this is like the compostable or biodegradable cutlery or cups. Unfortunately, compostable and biodegradable cups and things aren't that good for the environment because you actually have to have a certified industrial compost facility, which a lot of counties don't have. Greenwashing is a whole nother video topic I'm going to be going over, but I just wanted to touch on that here. Second reason it makes us hard. A lot of us don't know that we even need to be researching this. And we usually don't have enough time to be researching the hell out of each company that we're buying from. And it's also really hard to understand the true price of an item. There's a lot that goes into it, from material sourcing, packaging, shipping, treatment of the people involved, etc. And then also, old habits die hard. If we are used to shopping at Marshall's for our leggings, it's going to be kind of harder to challenge that and go research a bunch of different companies online to figure out where the most green and eco-friendly brands are. Now, thrifting is important as well, which I'm going to be going over later, but thrifting isn't always going to be able to let us get exactly what we're wanting. And then also advertising works, right? So we are bombarded with a bunch of different advertisements all the freaking time. And so it's actually harder to go against the grain and be more environmentally friendly than it is to just go with the flow of ads in society. Okay, so why this matters? Why are we talking about this? Well, first of all, I think it's a good topic for this time of year, which is the holiday season. And, you know, 'tis the season to buy more stuff. So I want to challenge that. We can buy experiences for people, concert tickets, Spotify membership, etc. And I'm going to be going over some additional ideas below and also in other videos as well. So I don't know if you guys have heard or seen the little short film called The Story of Stuff. It goes over the extraction process, the production process, the distributing, our consuming, and then our disposal of the items that we're buying. And it's just this kind of vicious cycle that goes on and on. And so this is a statistic from 2010. So you can only imagine how much that's grown. Now it's being 2019. We use 112 Empire State Buildings worth of resources daily and 60 billion tons a year. This is crazy. And then for fashion, fast fashion is a really good example of the opposite of conscious consumerism. So fashion is the second biggest polluter, second to oil, which is pretty insane. And then most of fashion items or clothes these days are made of synthetic fibers, meaning we have to use fossil fuels to make them, and they're not biodegradable. And there's also 32 billion with a B, new garments that are produced for the US alone each year, and 64% of them end up in the landfill. So, an example of how this plays out with the resource and extraction and what it takes, the whole process. So one cotton t-shirt and one pair of jeans. So each one of those takes more than 2,000 gallons of water to make. That's one t-shirt. Oh my goodness. Plus a lot of toxic pesticides, especially with cotton to make it or to grow the cotton. A lot of toxic dyes that go in it. And then also these toxic dyes and pesticides end up in the wastewater. the water systems, because a lot of these areas that are producing the garments for us are in developing countries. So these statistics just go on and on. So let's move to the solution. So am I saying that because, we don't have bamboo brushes and all these different things that we have to throw away everything that we have and then buy new environmentally friendly products? Hell no. I am saying the whole purpose of this is to buy less stuff. But if we do buy things, to buy smarter. So I think the really good rule of thumb is to use what we have first. Next, we can think about borrowing, then swapping. Clothes swap is always a fun thing to do. Thrifting's awesome. We can focus on making things or repairing things, and then we can go into buying. So thrifting is awesome because it's going to be way cheaper, and you're not contributing to the additional extraction of resources, if that makes sense. And then home care items are really important as well. So when I'm talking about home care items, I'm talking about cleaning products, skincare, hair care, things like that. So the EPA, or Environmental Protection Agency, states that 1/3 of waste in landfills are personal care products. That's pretty sad. And then so not only are these products extremely wasteful in their packaging, they're extremely harmful and toxic for us. So according to the Consumer Protection Agency, chemicals in the home lead to all kinds of different things like allergies, birth defects, cancer, and psychological disorders. And they stay in the air and the fat and our fabric in our home for over a year. And they're actually finding artificial fragrance in breast milk now, which is terrifying. So I highly encourage you guys to, if you're into this topic and want to learn more about it, go watch the documentary on Netflix called Stink, and then download the app on your phone called Think Dirty. It's dirty as in like harmful chemicals. Moving on. So how I like to combat this whole lack of conscious consumerism with home care items is by making my own products. And so the whole purpose of this is to simplify our home and be able to reuse the bottles and not contribute to the toxic load that we're experiencing in our home. So the simple ingredients that I use to basically make everything: baking soda, white vinegar, apple cider vinegar, coconut oil, witch hazel, and fractionated coconut oil, which is just in its liquid form. And then essential oils. Now, the brand of essential oils makes a really, really big difference. So I did a ton of research before I got doTERRA oils, you guys. They came up on top with everything. So when we're talking about essential oils and plants in general, sourcing matters. It matters significantly. And so a couple reasons for this: the plants, when they're grown in their natural or ideal habitat, leads to better plant chemistry and less impact on the land. doTERRA is beyond organic, and they're beyond fair trade because they're supporting communities around the world. I expand on this in my Why doTERRA video, so go check that out. I could spend 20 minutes just on this. The second thing that makes doTERRA different is their extent of testing. So they have third-party testing, and they run each batch of essential oil through 54 different types of lab tests to ensure the purity and efficacy of the oil. And so basically what this means, when you buy doTERRA oil, is they actually have medicinal value and are not just a glorified perfume bottle from Walmart. So to kind of summarize all of this, the true solution is much more complex than just thinking about, is our next t-shirt that we're going to buy environmentally friendly? This is not going to solve the world's climate crisis, right? It's really going to take systems thinking, activism, education, coming together, putting our minds together, and voting for the right people to make the biggest impact. So I just wanted to start this conversation here. So it's kind of a quick little video, but if you have questions on this, or if you have something to contribute, please do. We are in this together, my friends.